The Cheltenham Improvisers Orchestra came down to the Wilson before the event to have a look, and they selected one of the galleries with some of the more traditional works displayed in them.
Regardless of that, I think the space itself does kind of, there's a framework there. You're surrounded by the metrics of the room, by the walls. And just as you can walk through a room, here's an orchestra which in its own way travels through a period of time.
The Cheltenham Improvisers Orchestra was set up in the Friends Gallery amongst 19th century, 18th century Renaissance paintings. I mean, at first I kind of thought this might be a bit of a problem. We have some very expensive pieces of art on the wall, and I was very worried that perhaps some damage might occur. Personally, I tend to throw things around, ping pong balls and such, and I was slightly worried that they might be upset for the work. And right in the middle was a sculpture by the celebrated artist Rodin. It was very amusing, but it made a lot of sense as well, and I believe it was quite inspirational for the musicians to be placed in this environment.
I think it's always very interesting that people will look at paintings in a very special, in a very unique way. Often, you know, it's a completely artificial thing. It's not like looking at a landscape or the sunset, something in nature.
Talking to Ollie about it, we thought it would be an opportunity to do something very special. And in the past, when we've performed with the orchestra at the Jazz Festival and other events, Chris has either conducted the orchestra in some very interesting ways with symbols and signs where he can turn people on and off, literally with a symbol, and or hand gestures in a very more traditional conduction way to make them play quieter or louder or longer. And Chris kindly agreed to write a new piece especially for this performance, Room Within Rooms, for the Bill Viola Rooms exhibition.
To come up with a kind of clear idea, but something which also formed parameter structures, and there came the idea of calling it Room Within Rooms, playing loosely on the theme of the Bill Viola exhibition.
Having the Bill Viola ARTIST ROOMS exhibition at the Wilson is a real coup for the gallery, and it made a lot of sense to invite a group like the Cheltenham Improvisers Orchestra down. We were very interested in how they would respond to the Bill Viola works in the exhibition. We were really pleased that they were interested in doing so. As a result, they created a fantastic piece of work called Room Within Rooms for Bill Viola. And luckily, we caught the event on camera.
Half of the group may not be playing at all for that bar or that bar. And things coincide, so you'll have moments where everybody will be playing a pitch, not necessarily in the same octave, but there you go. There are kind of these ways of feeding into the music, some kind of unity out of the chaos, which is, of course, what we really, that's our starting point often with Cheltenham Improvisers Orchestra. So it's a challenge, but these are things that I think that we're conscious of, but it's not overstated. It's not a convention for us, but these are spaces which need to be survived in. They need to be walked through.
Particularly interested in the relationship between sound and image, something that Viola is himself very interested in.
The use of space, the use of rooms within rooms. Not only do you have two different orchestras effectively using different scores but for the same time frame, but you also have rooms here within the structure, within the time of the score, within the time it takes to get from one point to another. And these are very primitive tools. This hand is the same. This is the same hand that the Vikings used to navigate the oceans, to see the cosmos, to point to the next village. It's the same hand. The materials are right there.
And from an audience audience development point of view, many of the staff would like to see more of these events in the future, and certainly we'll be inviting the Cheltenham Improvisers Orchestra back again to perform at future events, and we hope that they would like to come back.